Recording.
Yep. And
Let's just get a view of what we're here to focus on.
okay, there's the gopher tortoise area. And there's the gopher tortoise hole. He's in there. I saw a movement, but he moved to the back.
Alright, so now we're going to get on with
And
it.
now we're going to go to the walk-in.
The games will be pretty exciting.
Okay. We're recording, and now we're going to walk.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I guess those are going to be replaced soon. Seeing more and more spots where they've replaced the boards. I think they're doing spring repairs. How about you?
like I said, the Oaks Mall trip is going to happen.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll get a better take.
Yep.
You know, I'll be with people who respect my videos. Is what I have to say. And of
It'll
course,
be you and me.
you know, I'm not going to say who it is or even mention remotely
Well,
because
you've only filmed the Oaks Mall with you and me.
you know, and then of
And
course,
this time, we'll do a road trip video.
you know, we won't have to, you know, and I'm not going to say who in particular because then this video gets cut off
Yeah,
again. And
since we're not going to be on a time constraint,
then we can do the whole thing.
we can either go up the turnpike, which is about a half hour faster, but has over $8 worth of tolls, or we can go up 95 and across where we go past Silver Springs. That takes longer,
But it'll be worth it.
but it's a shadier drive.
You know, and it'll be worth doing a road trip, a big massive road trip video. Like I said,
Okay.
8 hours will be kind of worth the time. And I'm not mentioning names, so like I said, I know this video is probably gonna get restarted again. Even
Well,
though I'm not
no,
saying who it is.
we're not
Even though Caleb could do it and it's acceptable.
okay, we are not talking about previous trips, we're talking about the next trip. Now,
Yeah,
when
I
we
know.
went to Silver Springs, that was a 2.5 hour drive, right? Each way, roughly. When we go to Gainesville, if we go by way, not exactly Silver Springs, but most of it's up that way, it's about an hour from Silver Springs. Okay, so that would be a 3.5 hour drive. Now, one of the reasons that the turnpike is shorter is because it angles across the state. And another reason that it's faster is because the speed limit's faster.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get
Yeah,
on.
a lot of the way to Silver Springs is 55 miles an hour. And the turnpike is 65 and 70 miles an hour in a fair number of spots.
Yeah. I just want to get the road trip video done.
You just want to get more trips. You like doing road
Yeah, I
trips.
know, but I do want to do a couple of really long ones so that I can have the world record destroyed. And then when we do the Minnesota trip, that'll be my next longest YouTube video.
Okay.
And I'll get it cut off at exactly the 11 hours and 59 minutes, which I don't see any reason wrong about mentioning that. I'm not even saying anything bad here. So
Yeah. Now, one problem we did have when we went to Silver Springs, the 2.5 hours of sitting and driving, that made my backside hurt. And they took down the giant planter. It's all gone. I guess they decided against having it as a demonstration of native plants. Not that there aren't plenty of them right out here. You need to look back on your videos and see what the date was on the first one.
the
Right.
date showing on the screen is not going to say what it is. I don't think it.
No.
It's going to say 2023.
No, not the date on the screen, the actual date that you, because you dated it, right? The title includes the date it was taken.
No, it doesn't. It actually just includes part one, part
Oh.
two. So.
Oh.
So that's going to be.
Well, it tells you the date you uploaded it.
Yeah, it tells you the date they uploaded, but it took a while before I think uploaded it.
Okay. Well,
So it took a few months. So I don't. See, this is a questioning part too. You know,
did you upload a batch at once
I
for the first thing?
think at one point I did.
Okay. Well, if you look back at the dates of uploads, if your initial uploads were done in a batch, like released one per day over the course of,
See, now I forget. Was this taken in 2024? Forget now.
well, sometime in 224, yeah.
I know, but it was before something happened, which obviously I can't mention. Which, if you want to hear me
It was
mention it, just go to early videos.
Okay,
Sorry.
it happened before summer. I'm just trying to think of when did we start these. Because you want 24 hours, right?
Yeah, I do. But I might not get to exactly that though, depending on how much trouble I have to go through to get these videos.
Well,
I mean, I'm not trying to complain, but I'm probably going to do a little bit of complaining. It's just
well, when the weather is bad, we don't necessarily go, and we're kind of delayed this time because we did all that walking at Silver Springs.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it pointed out in the proper way. You know?
Yeah. I'm just wondering what the day was,
See, I
roughly,
question that.
when we start.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, because these are not, because of the different amount of time and the fact that we're only going to one of the parks most days,
Yeah.
once a week doesn't make 24 hours.
No. And you know what? I'm probably not going to make it to the full 24 hours. I'm not.
Ah, you can do that. It'll just take a little while.
Yeah, but it's going to take probably more than a year.
Yeah. But it might take till the end of the summer.
Yeah, till next year probably.
No, it shouldn't take till next year. It should, because it's not going to take 2 years.
I'm just not enjoying the fact that, these videos, I mean...
They're not as much fun as you thought they'd be?
No, and especially the way I'm kind of... I mean, I understand, being strict about certain things for obvious reasons. I know that, it's obvious
Okay,
that
if you don't want to keep doing this, okay, you can tell me, and we can change the title of the playlist to only however many hours it is. Okay?
Yeah, but I'm still going to continue doing it enough so that way it's, but...
You want to get at least a year's worth.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, if it ends up being 11 hours and something, then I might see if I could string it together in the end.
Well, I think you're more than 11 hours already.
Yeah, I think so. So, therefore, stringing it together as one big video is going to be kind of tricky to do.
I don't know if you want to do that because you've got them up as a playlist in order.
True, but I'm just saying, maybe at some point I could, but that's again privatizing them, having to go through and privatize all of it, and then download and re-upload is going to be a lot trickier to do.
If you download it, it's not going to be 1080 anymore.
No, it's not going to be. That's the problem. And we kind of like to do 1080p, so...
Yeah. Now, if there's the...
and as much as I used to download things in 1080p, you can't really do that anymore. It's not a thing anymore on YouTube. I mean, you can't download things in the original...
Watch where you're going. Don't crash into people.
You can't download things in the original quality anymore. You just can't.
Okay, well...
That's the part that disappoints me. You cannot download...
I bet I know why they did that.
Because...
Because people were using, especially privatized videos, as free storage.
For their raw files.
Yeah.
So now people, if they want to upload videos, they can only do 720 now.
If they want to use YouTube as a free online storage,
They can't do 1080p.
they can't do 1080p.
Which means that,
Which means they have to make a decision, right?
Yeah, which kind of, it's kind of a little bit of a shame that YouTube's like this. And as much as I don't want to get too much in a rant here, I just want to get it pointed out. that
Well, at
YouTube-
some point, YouTube realized that people were using
the downloader.
they were using unlisted and private
As a downloader.
as a online storage.
Yeah, and they would download it.
Yeah, they upload it and then download it later, edit it, and re-upload it.
And there is a guy apparently who does the I'm gonna keep re-uploading this
Yeah,
video
that.
and tell it and re-upload this video and upload it again, download it from YouTube, upload it again.
To see how bad. Yeah, I saw pieces of that video. He did it like 100 times or something. Or
Yeah, 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
And the video pixelates in the end. It,
Oh,
looks
yeah.
the quality just stinks. It looks really bad. You can't even get 1080p with this, right? It just looks really bad.
Well, you can't get 1080p to start with, but even if you're downloading and uploading the 720, every time you copy a video, there is a little bit of degradation. You lose a tiny bit of quality. And it's generally not noticeable.
Yeah, I mean,
But you do it 1,000 times and it's going to be noticeable.
Yeah, that's why. That's
Yeah,
why,
when he moved, wasn't his face just like all completely just a faced shape blur?
Yeah.
Yeah. And whenever he would move his hands, it would trail a pink background.
Yeah.
And
We're at the end of it.
we're at the end. So
That's
say,
it.
say bye-bye.
Bye.